What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sennheiser MKE 200. Now this is Sennheiser's newest mic, to my knowledge. It is a on-camera shotgun mic, and if I had to guess, I would say it's primarily built for vloggers. This thing is a wind-cutting machine. Now I got this because I'm going to be doing a short film with my friend in the coming weeks, and the mics that I have don't really cut it outside due to wind. Wind is one of those things that you can't control. You never know when it's going to creep up on you and just obliterate your audio recording. So I needed a mic that I can use outside, and I think this is going to be the one. Judging by, this is the first time I'm listening to it myself. That's why I have these goofy looking headphones on, so bear with me. But it sounds incredibly clean. I don't hear any cutting out. There is a slight breeze. Hopefully we get a bigger gust of wind so I can really show you what this thing's capable of. But so far I'm pretty impressed. Now, oh, here we go, it's starting to pick up. Now I'm purposely facing the water so the maximum amount of wind will go into the capsule. I'm not hearing anything. Awesome. Now, one misconception I want to clear up right away. I think some people think that a dead cat is going to make it so you don't hear any wind, and that's not the case. You want to hear wind. I mean, if you're shooting a scene and the actor's hair is kind of blowing, or you see trees in the background or in the foreground kind of swaying, if you don't hear wind in the recording, it's going to look and sound artificial. Now, what this does is makes it so the gusts of wind like that don't overload the capsule and cut it out. You don't get that. And sometimes if it's so bad, it will cut out the audio completely. And that take is just gone. It's blown. So you have to go again. So you can hear the rustling of the leaves, but it's not cutting out my voice. You can still hear me perfectly. This thing is awesome. Now, it has a nice plush dead cat over a built-on blimp. I mean, and this is only $100. It's a crazy, crazy good deal. And I am definitely going to be using this for the outdoor scenes. Now this is an extreme case because we're right next to a lake. Let's come over here just a little bit. Sorry if I'm blown out. Now this is less extreme. Barely any wind. The wind's kind of dying down the farther I go away from the water, which is good. And this is primarily what it will be like when we shoot the scene. I am impressed. Now, one cool thing before we go in and do some indoor tests is if you turn this around, you can kind of do what you would do with the D4 Duo. Now, it doesn't sound as good because you don't have a rear capsule, but I am impressed at how much I can hear my voice speaking into the back of the microphone when this only has a front capsule. So in a pinch, you could use this outside in a kind of documentary or interview setting. Wow. First impressions with this mic, I am impressed, so let's go see how it sounds indoors. Now this is how it will sound in a more live room, when you do a scene in a living room like this one, or a kitchen, or any room that's not acoustically treated. Now as you can see, the only dampening material we have in here is the couch. Everything else is hard surfaces. We have a wood floor, we have the ceiling, we have walls, and this is what you're going to run into most of the time when filming a scene. Now, for the last test, we're going to go downstairs in the treated room with panels and soft surfaces, just to see how it would sound for a YouTube video, or to say, like, if you were doing a podcast. So let's go down right now and see how it sounds in there. And this is how the mic sounds in a more controlled environment, like my studio. Now, I am impressed. This mic does sound damn good for $100. But, like most other pieces of tech, it is not perfect by any means. It does have a good sound, but not right out of the gate, like most microphones. You will have to do some post-processing to get the most out of this mic. Now, luckily, I've made a couple of videos prior to, the most recent videos on how to do basic EQ, compression, and normalization to get the best sound out of your mic. You will need to do that with this because this is kind of like a lav mic, a lavalier, like a body mic. It will sound muffled, and that is due to the great wind protection that is offered on this mic. It has, like I said, the built-on kind of blimp technology, which will muffle it somewhat, not much. and the dead cat to use outdoors. Now, being in the studio, I took the dead cat off because there's no wind in here, there's no draft, and why muffle the sound more when you don't need to? So I think it will give more life to the microphone when you're not indoors taking the dead cat off. But other than that, I really don't have too many complaints with this mic. Just the kind of boxy, muffled sound that you're going to get. But I know how to fix that, so it's not a deal breaker for me. People who don't know how to fix that, and they don't have any desire to learn how to EQ or compress or do any of that stuff, they might not want this mic. But it's really easy, and just putting a little bit of time in to make it sound good is better than paying $900 more to get a microphone like my 416. You just put a little bit more time in, it's real easy. The more you practice, the better you get. And I think you'll be very happy with this mic. And it could be your only mic, because this is excellent outside, as opposed to the Deity D4 Duo, which, in my opinion, is only good inside. So that's my 2 cents on this mic. I will be keeping it. I'm going to be using it on our upcoming shoot outside, and if it sounds good enough, I might use it inside just for, consistency in sound, as every mic has its unique frequency-like signature. But if it doesn't sound good, I can just use my Deity D4 Duo indoors, because that mic is fantastic indoors. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching as always. Love you, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.